Thank you for joining Stamp It Up with Kathy Goodman. Today we are making a card using the Special Someone stamp set and also using the sweet little Valentine cards that are in the January through June mini catalog. Let's get started. We are going to stamp some images. First of all, we are going to take some soft suede ink and we are going to stamp our raccoon. And this is a two-step stamping set. You want to tap it gently in the ink, and then we're going to, let's get our Stampin' Pierce mat. This is, when you're using the clear stamps, this gives you a better stamped image. If you have, it's like a foam pad that you put underneath it. If you do not have one of these, you can always use a magazine or something else like that that will cushion your stamp. Okay, so now we got our raccoon on there. We're going to use a stamp off method, and what that means is we're going to use the same color ink, but we want it to be a slightly lighter tone. So we are going to use a piece of scratch paper and we're going to stamp the solid image again in our soft suede ink, and then we're going to stamp it off on this a piece of scratch paper. There we go. Now we are going to pull our little raccoon back in and we are going to gently place this over the top of him. Press down firmly, wait a moment, and then lift it off. And there our raccoon is colored. If you wanted to use Stampin' Blends or one of Stampin' Up's other colored pencils, you can do that. You just need to use Memento ink when you stamp the detailed image. Okay, we're all done with our soft suede ink, so let's close that up to avoid mishaps. Next, we're going to bring in a piece of Melon Mambo paper and we are going to stamp our heart. So we're going to bring that in. We're going to tap it gently in the ink and then we're just going to make our heart. Okay, now, well, let's leave this out because we need to stamp the inside of our card. So we'll set this to the side for right now. The inside of our card, we're going to use basic white paper and we're going to stamp "So lucky to have a friend like you." And we're going to put this kind of centered but towards the top. Okay, and that way it gives you plenty of room to write a message. Okay, we're going to set that aside so it can dry. While we're waiting on that to dry, we need to stamp our balloon string. We can do that on this piece of paper as well as the other. We're going to bring in our Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And we are going to, this is the balloon string, it's in the Special Someone stamp set. And we're going to stamp it right across the top there. Press down firmly, hold a second. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to stamp an extra one just in case I have problems when I try to die cut that one. Every once in a while I don't get it lined up perfectly and then I don't like the outcome. Okay, so we have a brand new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine from Stampin' Up. It's miniature. I'm so excited to show this to you. We have the base plate for it, which is a number 1, and our first cutting pad is a number 2. We are going to put our raccoon down on the cutting plate, and we're going to bring in our Special Days dies, and we have one for the raccoon. So we're going to place that over the raccoon, and once we get it exactly where we want it, I like to put a little piece of washi tape on it. That helps hold it in place, and that way I don't have to worry about it shifting. It also allows me to cut more than one image at a time. So let's find our string for our balloon, and let's put that on as well. That one's a little trickier to line up. You have to, there, I think we've got it. You can see the black string and the little dot that shows. Okay, now we're going to complete our sandwich. We're going to put our other cutting plate on top. You want to line that up in your machine, and then we're going to gently pull it through. There we go. And it's coming out the other side. Okay, let's take these off and see how they did. We've got one more thing to cut out. There's our balloon string. That turned out perfect. And let's see how our raccoon came out good too. So next, what we're going to do is our balloon. So we have a heart shape die that we can put on over our stamped balloon. And I'm going to use another small piece of washi tape just to hold it in place. There we go. Sometimes finding where the loose end is a deal. Okay, so we're going to put this over that. So we've got our base plate number 1 and our second plate, and we're going to put our sandwich together, and we are going to run it through our machine. Hopefully you can see it. It's a really cute machine. I really like it. Works very well, even though it's very compact. Okay, so let's pull this out, and our balloon came out perfect, so we're good to go. Let's set our cutting plates aside so we can put our card together. This we're using for a card base, pool party, and we're using one of the Valentine the sweet little Valentines. Cards and More. This is just one of the cards that's in the pack. We're not using the card base. I used that on a different project. Okay, so we're going to add liquid glue to the back, and we are going to place this on top of our Melon Mambo. We just want to try to get an even border all the way around. This kind of adds just a little bit of color to your card. Then we're going to take our pool party sheer ribbon, and we're going to, well, actually we're going to put our raccoon on there first. Let's do that before we get carried away with. I'm just going to put my raccoon on the left hand side. We're kind of covering up the bottom 3 hearts. That gives me plenty of room to still place my balloon string in his hand, and my balloon doesn't go above right here. So let's go ahead and put the balloon string on. We're just putting a little bit of liquid glue on the back side. We're placing the balloon string in his little paws, and there we go. Now our balloon, we're going to use dimensional to adhere the balloon, so it kind of gives it a little lift, makes it stand up a little bit. We're going to put that right there, so it's kind of covering the middle pool party heart. And then now we can add our ribbon. So let's do that. We're going to take and, well, if this quits curling, there we go. Okay, let's pull this over here. And let's do it this way. Okay, we've got that pulled. Sometimes I like to use my little tweezers to hold my knot while I get my loops ready for my bow. Kind of helps when you're tying. So we're going to go around and through. There we go. Pull it tight and then adjust your loops for your bow. If you hold in the center while you're adjusting it, it does make it to where the center doesn't twist on you. So I like to do that, and sometimes putting your finger in there helps it get a better shape as well. There we go, that looks pretty good. Now we're going to take our scissors and we're going to trim the edges of our ribbon at an angle. There we go. Okay, looks like we got our work area all cattywampus. Now we're going to bring in our card base and we're going to glue this to our card base. This is the front of our card. I'm just putting a little bit of liquid glue. If you wanted to use Stampin' Seal or snail adhesive, you can use that. It works very well. Okay, then we're going to pull in our stamped image and we are going to mat that on Melon Mambo. The Melon Mambo is just 1/8 of an inch bigger than the Whisper White. And these cards are the exact size of the ones that come with the sweet little Valentine's Cards and More kit. I just cut it to the same size so I could use the topper and also use the envelopes that are in that set. Okay, we're going to put this on the inside of our card. We want to try to get it even all the way around and then burnish it down. Okay, now I used a die cut that comes with one of the new Valentine sets. Floral Hearts dies. This is a die that's in there. It cuts out little hearts, let's show you. Let me pull out our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and we'll get our cutting pads. And let's see what I did with my strip of Pool Party paper. Oh, that might be a trick. I think it got lost. I'm not seeing it. Well, let me grab one real quick. Sorry about that. Here we go. We've got a scrap of Pool Party paper. We're going to put this little heart embellishment deal on there. Put our other cutting plate over the top, and then we're going to run it through our die cut machine. There we go. It has rubber bottoms, rubber feet to hold it in place, but on top of this paper it doesn't grab very good. So it's better if you just have a desktop. Okay, so now that we've pulled that apart, you can see that I have a bunch of little hearts, and you can just take your pick tool and poke them out. And then there's some on our cutting plate as well. And just pull them off, and then we can use them to decorate the inside of our card. So here we go. Let's pull our card base back in. We'll pull these over to the side. And I'm going to put a dot of glue right here, and one over here. And then we'll take your pick tool, and we'll add a heart up there at the top, and one over here, and then another one right there. Well, there we go. Now we've completed the inside of our card, and it's a very cute card. The raccoon on it just adds a little sweet little touch. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, you can email klgoodman007@gmail.com. I'd be happy to assist you with your crafting needs. Have a blessed day.